Hi folks, Gregory C.N. Smith here, personal power coach and creator of Flipping the Iceberg. Some of life's most profound lessons we learn through these everyday experiences. For example, I was waiting to fill up at the gas station. All 4 pumps were occupied. I was the only one on my side waiting. On the other side, there was a gentleman in a pickup truck and a woman in a car behind him. Well, the 2 cars fill up and they move on, and the gentleman in the pickup truck, he puts it in the drive and he rolls forward. He pulls up to the first pump. Now I notice the woman rolling up behind him, and she stops and she's wondering what's happening. Then she notices that this guy's out filling up with his vehicle. She was not happy. By this time, the vehicles in front of me, they fill up, they move on. So I pull up to the first pump, allowing the one in front of me open that she could just back in. She didn't notice that. I could see she was so frustrated and upset, holding onto that steering wheel, and she's muttering to herself. And she drove around, backed in front of the pickup truck, got out, didn't even look at her pump. She walked straight over to him and she said, "You could have pulled up here, you know." Now this guy is just oblivious to what's happening around him. He looks at her, he said, "What?" She said, "You could have pulled up here, you know. I was sitting behind you waiting to get gas. What do? You pull up to that pump. Don't you think other people around here need gas too? What, do you only think of yourself?" This guy's just oblivious to what's happening. He looks at her and he looks around and, "Sorry." "Yeah, right." And she moves, walks away, goes to the pump, grabs the nozzle, shoves it in, and she starts muttering a few things to herself. Now I'm standing on the other side of the pump, just arms folded, just observing, just watching everything. Her eyes catch mine and she gives me this look as if to say, "What are you staring at?" I said, "Well, I left the pump in front of me open that you could back in, but I guess you didn't notice." "No, I didn't see it." I said, "Yeah, I realized that." I said, "Well, it's done anyway. You can't let this bother you." Yeah, whatever. I said, "Yeah, you can't let this bother you. Plus, he's in a different world. Who knows what's happening with him? You're getting gas, he's getting gas, it's all done with. It's in the past. Don't let that bother you." Yeah. I said, you can't take this with you and let it ruin your day. Come on. Yeah. She looked at me a moment, she said, "You know what? I like your attitude. Thanks. Give me a high five." And seriously, we high-fived one another in between the pumps. You know, if I could share a principle, an idea with you that would change things a little bit, just a little. It's one thing that just switched for me, because I've been in that position many times and I thought, what's wrong with that person? What's wrong with them? What do you think you're doing? But don't take it personal. She didn't know that man at all, and she may never see him again in her life. You can't afford to take it personal, because she's acting like, I used to be there myself. I'm sure it probably happened to you. We think that this person has this vendetta against us, you know, like they know you so well, they know what buttons to push, how to get you so frustrated and so upset and so angry. They know exactly what to do. Meanwhile, they weren't even thinking of you. I remember hearing Dr. Robert Rome say, people don't do things to us, they do things for themselves. He wasn't even thinking of her. Who knows what's happening in that man's life? Because the way he looked and how he was getting his vehicle's gas, he just seemed to be in a different world. People don't do things to us, they do it for themselves. Someone cuts you off for going across the highway, whatever it might be, and you're upset and angry. What's wrong with that driver? But guess what? They're not doing it to you. They're doing it for themselves. They need to get this done. They need to get somewhere. Whatever it is happening in their world, it's happening, and they need to act and act fast, and you just happen to be the one in the way that they cut off, or they upset, or they get the gas and didn't even think about you behind them. So don't take it personal. Just let it be, because there's so much more in life to be able to appreciate. You know, we look at things because we get bombarded with, you know, pressure, we get problems, challenges, expectations of other people, and so many times the little things get to us. Don't let it get to you. Don't take things personal. Have a great day. Flip the iceberg.